You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge
Madison Weeks.
The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge
Maddie.
Please be seated. Today we are reviewing the case Beausoleil v. Doolittle.
Ha! Dougal.
Anyways, the plaintiff claims that the defendant has been actively abusing her over the past 2 years. The defendant states that this is simply not true. We're here to find out. Would the prosecution like to call their first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call Hannah Beausoleil to the stand. Miss Beausoleil, please describe your relationship with the defendant.
Well, the first 3 years we were together, life was great, but then he progressively became more and more abusive, and we have 3 kids together, and I really don't want them to grow up in this kind of environment.
Can you explain exactly what it is the defendant has done?
He is very physically abusive as well as verbally abusive. He calls me expletives on a regular basis, and it's not uncommon for him to come home angry and react violently.
And have your children witnessed any of these events?
In some ways, yes. He tends to control himself more around the kids, but he has let loose a few times. It scares them.
Can you provide the court with a detailed description of the abuse?
Yes, I have a video.
I submit the video titled Exhibit A to the court.
What the hell, David? I asked you to do the dishes.
Hannah, get out of my way. I'm trying to watch the game. Damn it, Hannah, get out my way.
No further questions.
Would the defense like to cross-examine the witness?
Ready?
Yeah, Your Honor. Ms. Beausoleil, the allegations brought against my client outline he is abusive in domestic affairs. However, I failed to see any evidence that the prosecution has submitted enough concrete evidence to take these children away from their father. Objection! The video titled Exhibit A was admitted into evidence and clearly depicts the defendant assaulting Ms. Beausoleil.
Mr. Hound is correct. Mr. Fox, proceed with caution and acknowledge what has already been submitted into evidence.
In recent years, technology companies such as Microsoft, Apple, have made leaps and bounds in the video editing world. We don't know if the video hasn't been tampered with in favor of the plaintiff.
Request denied. The videos have already been submitted to evidence and thoroughly examined, and obviously have not been tampered with. Mr. Dougal, you may want to request new representation. Ms. Beausoleil, you may step down.
Alright. I call my next witness, Dr. Did I mention Dr. Dougal, David Dougal, to the stand?
Please take the stand, Mr. Dougal.
Can I bring this other?
No.
Doctor.
Oh, appreciate it.
No!
Hey, open that up for me.
Doctor Dougal. When you aren't rescuing kittens and performing life-saving surgeries in the local hospital, what is your home life like?
I work about 3 days a week, and the other 4 days I'm taking my kids and my wonderful wife out on the boat, wakeboarding and skiing.
What with your fists? Objection!
Order in the court. Mr. Fox, please continue.
Can you explain the events that transpired and led you here today? Why does your wife think she deserves the children?
You see, the film submitted to evidence was a stage fighting scene that we did for our English project. And she obviously took this film out of context to make me look like the bad guy in this.
And you paid for this class?
Yes, I am paying for her night classes to further educate herself.
I feel like my client has defended himself. Your Honor, no further questions.
Mr. Howland, would you like to cross-examine the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Dougal, so you claim that these videos are for a class, correct?
Yes.
Then how do you explain the physical evidence, such as the image of bruises on your wife's body submitted to evidence as well as the one on her face right now?
It's stage makeup!
Your Honor, I would like to disprove this suggestion by using a makeup wipe.
In light of the recent discovery of Miss Beausoleil's pathological dishonesty and sociopathic tendencies, I have come to the verdict that the children will be safest with their father, Dr. David Dougal.
Anymore. I know you too well to like you anymore. There's a nightmare where my dream girl was. Prince Charming is a bore. And I know you too well. I don't like.
This is a show. You paid to see a show. I'm putting on a show. This court case going. I really thought you opened that, and I was like, no! Do I look pretty?
No, because it's blurry. Hold on.
Wait, or maybe across like this, or like this, or like this.
Really abusive. He calls me. Wait, how do I say that word?
Expletives?
Expletives.
Yeah.
He calls me expletives.
Expletives.
Objection. 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 Objection.
Today we're. Why can't I talk? You would think, ew, you're so gross.
Oh, 3 times.
Shut up. I don't have a gavel. No, I am not using a beer can.
The video titled Exhibit A clearly.
Oh, who am I even talking to in that? Oh.
Objection.
Oh, that was so white, David.
I saw like a nail.
Oh no! My thumb was in it. Oh, you got that?
I'm in an English spelling that one.
The camera angle. I can either get that.
I would like to disprove this. Alright. Find me. Alright, so start with your honor. Alright. It's rolling.
So please don't go away, 'cause I need you always. I'll never be able to forget you. I wish that